Happy Saturday, Sooner Nation. Welcome to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is. Here for another softball video. If you're not subscribed to our channel or you're new here to us, make sure you subscribe, you hit the like, you comment on our videos. It really helps our algorithm. We appreciate you doing that. We also appreciate you checking out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. All kinds of OU officially licensed gear and apparel. Make sure you look at that. Sign up for one of their Shirt of the Month club options. Use code SURGE, get 10% off your first 3 months. New designs each and every month. Check them out, thefanstop.com. OU beat South Carolina last night, Jay, 10-9 in a very exciting game, a game that had it all, really. Had some good defense, not great defense, had spots of great defense, but really the Sooners struggled in several areas, but still came out on top against a really good opponent in South Carolina. But it was a little bit of the unsung heroes, you could say, Jay, for Oklahoma. And that's what we're going to focus on here this morning on this video is the newcomers to Oklahoma have been, I would say, even more impressive than some people thought, Jay. So, I mean, last night you had the likes of Isabella Emerling, of course, headed up that list. Gabbie, Garcia, phenomenal with their 3-run home run. I mean, you could go down the list, the amount of newcomers and transfers and freshmen that are getting a playing time and doing really well, Jay, is up there.
Yeah, and really, I mean, you look at it, they had to have a lot of these players contribute because they lost so much. But focusing on a few names you mentioned, Jeremy, Emerling. It's Emerling and Garcia both. It's not just Emerling's home runs it's the timeliness of her home runs this year, and even Garcia, I mean, big moments, making big-time at-bats. And that's the thing about it. And you're filling a big role in that with Kenzie Hansen. Kenzie Hansen was one of the best to ever do it at Oklahoma in pressure situations, in situations where they really needed something to happen. She would do it. Emerling's kind of stepped up and done the same thing. You look at it yesterday. You know, the first home run came at a very timely time after they go down 5-1. Her next home run, it's 6-6 when she hits a 2-run bomb. I mean, what else can you say? She's been amazing. And then you also, Jerm, the pitching staff. I mean, Landry, a new addition. Bella Smith didn't have her best stuff last night, but she fought through and battled. And then you're probably going to see Lowry, I would think, in this series as well, which is a freshman. So a lot of names. But yeah, Jerm, Emerling, Garcia's been a surprise to me. I'm going to be honest. Wasn't expecting her as much as she's done this year, really, Jerm. I've been surprised by her.
I mean, Sydney Barker playing earlier in the season was phenomenal. Hasn't played as much as of late, but she's been a really good true freshman. But Jay, Gabbie Garcia is a name that, look, I knew Gabbie Garcia was talented. OU recruits uber talented athletes, okay? I did not expect her to have a slugging percentage of near 700 with 5 home runs, with 5 dingers right now. I did not expect Isabella Emerling to have 7 home runs, as many RBIs as she has, and around 730 slugging percentage. I mean, those two, that's unbelievable. Tia Malloy is one I expected, and she's had some big-time moments already as a true freshman, and she's going to continue to have them. And like you said, Jay, Landry and Bella Smith and Lowry, if you took those names away from the pitching staff there, I mean, these transfers and the additions, and again, Patty has shown time and time again, she is not scared to play the freshman. She's going to play what she needs to play to get the job done. And Maya Bland is not a newcomer. She was on the team last year. She played a little more than last year, but she hasn't played a lot. So you're really looking at kind of the names we mentioned as far as newcomers. Hannah Core last night, definitely not a newcomer, but was great last night. But yeah, to me, Jay, I thought, Hicks, Zaki, and Emerling might go through a spot where they're kind of splitting some time, but you cannot sit Isabella Emerling the way she's playing. Now, her defense can improve. I like that she made the play last night on the foul ball. She can improve defensively, but man, if she's going to keep hitting the long ball like this in these moments, and her swing, man, she does not half swing on anything. So all across the board, Garcia's defense has been very good at shortstop.
Yeah, it has been. And, another one, Nellie Mack, didn't play last year. So she's kind of getting into her rhythm now, Jeremy. I think she's starting to really get on a roll. So I think you'll just continue to see more and more from her. But this team is loaded with newcomers. Who would you say right now? I mean, to me, it's Emerling, but who would you say right now is the newcomer of the year on this team? Now, you could say Landry, too. You could say Landry. But Emerling's been so special.
Landry has been special, and I think some people expected her to be really good because the number of innings she's pitched. She's had a lot of experience. I did not expect her to have this mentality, this get after you mentality, the confidence that she's had, and she, again, attributes a lot of that to what Jen Rocha has helped her with. But, Jay, I'm going to say you can't go wrong with Landry. You can't go wrong with Emerling. But I'm going to say, to me, the one that has impressed the most, because I, again, did not expect Gabbie Garcia to play this much and to be this effective with the bat, especially the long ball.
Yeah, and you could another name you could argue. I mean, Sydney Barker. Sydney Barker, when she plays, has been outstanding. I mean, she's been unbelievable, specifically at the plate. I mean, so she's another one you could throw in the mix there too. They're just stacked with them, and young players. Other than the ones that transferred, but these freshmen, man, it's going to be a few years, and then these people are going to be stars at Oklahoma.
Yeah, and last year it was Pickering and Parker, and this year, and by the way, Pickering, Parker are still unbelievable this year, but now you have some new names that are coming in and impressing from the get-go. And here's the deal. They're going to need it all year long. Last night, OU got it done, 10-9 at Loves Field, great crowd, and it was really sparked by the newcomers, many of those that we've mentioned today on this video. Who has stood out to you, Sooner Nation? Who's been the newcomer on this team to you for this team for this season thus far? They get after it again tomorrow. No games today as the weather is not cooperating. You got the doubleheader tomorrow, and I expect a lot of the newcomers again to make immediate impacts tomorrow and be a big reason why I think the Sooners are going to sweep South Carolina. And by the way, this South Carolina team is very, very good. A very good South Carolina team, especially with the bats. So the Sooners are going to need Landry and Lowry and Monticelli and maybe Dylan Smith again to be at their best, to be around the plate a little more and get ahead of the count. But it's going to be fun. Tomorrow it gets started